Welcome back. Breaking now on Fox Weather. Tropical Storm Bret has been named in the tropical Atlantic. We've been watching this. We were saying that we expected this through the afternoon hours, and there it is. Per this latest bulletin from the National Hurricane Center, Tropical Storm Bret, which is technically the third named storm of the 2023 Atlantic season. We had the subtropical storm that was named in post-analysis that occurred back here in January. We tracked it on Fox Weather. Arlene a couple of weeks back. And now Bret. That could be Cindy right behind it. So these are the forecast paths. The National Hurricane Center does point out in this latest update that there is considerable spread long term. You do see in the short term very high confidence that this continues its path farther off toward the west, strengthening as it does so. This is forecast, which you can see explicitly here in the latest forecast track from the National Hurricane Center, to become our first hurricane of the 2023 Atlantic Basin season, which is about 2 months ahead of schedule, a month and a half or so ahead of schedule, which is on brand for what we've been seeing occurring there over the last week or so. It becomes a hurricane on approach to the Caribbean islands, the Lesser Antilles. A stronger storm would likely move a little bit farther to the right side or to the north of that forecast path, perhaps even hooking before it reaches the islands. A faster moving, lesser form storm, when we're talking about vertical structure, may move directly through the islands and into the Caribbean, where an area of high pressure would eventually keep it closer to South America and farther west into the Caribbean beyond that. So there are still some question marks long term, but in the short term, you do see that this is a strengthening tropical system with an increasing likelihood to bring what could be hurricane impacts to the Lesser Antilles.
I'm Amy Freeze. Welcome to Fox Weather's YouTube page. We have more great videos on the way, so make sure to subscribe to stay updated on all things weather.